early than normal. Hold on here. It's gonna take me a second here to get everything correct on all of this. Perfect. There we go. That's better. Alrighty. Welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. If you are here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate that. And as of the... Hey, what's up, Sentinel Edits? Yo, what's up going on? How you doing? How you doing? Today we are going to be unboxing the Sonic the Hedgehog Transformers crossover figures. Today we're going to be crossing over... I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I just passed a college class that I was extremely excited to pass, so... But we're going to be taking a look at the Sonic the Hedgehog Transformers crossover with Wingtail and the Blue Booster. So that's what we're going to start doing. So yeah, anyways. How are you doing, Sentinel Edits? How are you? How are you doing? Gotta ask. So, but because there is somebody in the stream, we tend to just go on with the live stream. Oh, goodness. Holy goodness, 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 goodness. We don't want to smack the camera. We don't want to do that. And we don't want to expose everything that's going on over there. So, anyways, there we are. Now that I've got a little bit more of a clearance here, as you can clearly see, we've got all of the stuff that's going on here in the box. And something that I kind of thought was really cool about the box is the fact that they even bothered to give us actual Sonic and actual, well, I'm not going to call that actual Tails, because Tails isn't actually on this box art. But they did give us Sonic, that's for sure. That is one thing for sure. They definitely did give us Sonic, so... hold on here, let me read the comments here. I'm doing good, and congrats. Also, I heard the joints for both are weird, kind of gummy type of plastic. Well, we are going to find that out right now, because it's time to open the box! Anyways, so, going to immediately... I just want to make sure I don't fuck up the packaging, because a lot of the packaging... is weird and odd and strange, and I gotta say, I do love that about these crossover figures. I mean, the majority of them have been like G1 like the G1 type of boxes and things of that nature. But this is the first crossover that we've gotten that actually, you know, is a 2-pack, and B, you don't have to buy, you know, actually. There was another 2-pack that we got, but I'm not going to talk about that one because that one was terrible. I'm not even going to lie. The one that I'm referring to being, of course, the Gamakichi and Kurama crossover with Naruto. So, yeah, I wasn't a real big fan of that. So if you give me just a moment, I need to go get my clippy clips. Clippy clippers. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, folks. Definitely had to disappear for a quick moment here, but also because we have this sitting here, we are also going to be taking a look at this too. So, this will be the end of the video. This will be for right now. So, let's get this guy out of the box. Let's get these two out of the box. That being said, did any of you guys watch Sonic the Hedgehog, the movies at the very least? I gotta say, I think they killed it with Keanu Reeves as Shadow. I thought they totally killed it. Not to mention, really quickly, if they were going to do another series pack here, like with Sonic the Hedgehog, let me remove this box over here, put it off to the side, put Wingtail right there for the moment. So, not to mention all of the stuff that was, you know, going around with these crossover figures were like 80s nostalgic stuff. So, also, what are your thoughts on the new reveals? I actually did a live stream about that. You can actually go check that out on the channel. Where we literally went over every single thing, and I mean every single thing that is going to be reviewed, or maybe not reviewed, that is going to be, you know, shown, and everything that's going to be there from this year, and next year, and quite possibly the year after. Because next year, they got a Studio Series Titan coming along, or not next year, the year after, excuse me. Or is it next year? I can't remember which one exactly, but they've announced a new Titan that's going to be coming out, which, I'm going to be real with you. The Titans have been kind of hit or miss with me. I mean, the only Titan that I truly actively, actually purchased was the Cybertron Metroplex, and that was just to go along with my, you know, Cybertron collection, but, yeah. What's up, Outdoor Travesties? How you doing? How'd this work? This is not a giveaway. So if you're here because you think this is a giveaway, this is not a giveaway. I'm telling you right now, if that's what you're here for, it's not that. Because this is going in my collection. These are going to be the next reviews on the channel. So if you really want to, oh, you're new. You're new. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. I don't recognize your name. However, we always welcome newcomers here. So if you guys are, OGs to the channel, like Sentinel Edits. So, anyways, no, I don't fight them. What we do on the live stream is basically we just unbox it and we talk about all of the current events that are going on within the state of the toy world, which in this case, currently at the moment, we're talking about this guy. So I'm going to tell you right now, we kind of just sit here and BS about toys, and we talk a lot about that, and we don't really go into... I'm going to let you know right now, we don't talk politics here. I refuse to talk politics. Hey, what's going on, Jordy? How was it going with Rothy? Or how'd it go with Rothy today? I heard you guys had some fun. So, but, yeah, so, I do believe this goes here. Yeah. So, let me see. We'll try to do Sonic We'll try to do Sonic first. And by the way, if you guys don't know anything about this car here, or the thing that he turns into, this is his car mode from like every single like car thing he's ever done. Like, for example, like Sonic the Hedgehog, this car has been his car for ages. Like when they were trying to do a Mario and Sonic crossover type deal, this was the car that Sonic would kind of go to and or be in. So here's that. Oh wait, hold on, I screwed that up. These arms gotta come out all this way, and we get to do this nonsense. So yeah, you have to flip it all the way around like that, and there we go. So, but basically that's what we do here. We just kind of get things do some kind of cool stuff if that's what you're wondering. So, and that's kind of what we do. We don't really falter away from that. So there we go. There's that, and that. Okay. I'm gonna close this up. I want to close this gap here. There we go. That wheel folds in. So, but yeah, no. So, anyways, that being said, what did you guys go do, Jordy? Aside from you guys went to go see a really cool kick-ass train, which I'm kind of jealous that I didn't. By the way, for those of you who do not know, the peoples that I'm referring to, Jordy's Rail Videos, one of our OGs to the channel, he and I believe Alexander Rothschild went to a train show today, where they showed off this really, really old, cool thing. I mean, then again, that's kind of what all nerds do. They kind of congregate all around really cool old things. So, but at the same time, they live in the beautiful land down under of Australia. So if you guys don't know that song, then you guys seriously haven't lived. You guys have been living under a rock if you don't know that song. So, but yeah, that's where those guys live, and they went to go do some cool stuff today, and they informed me about it. I thought it was really cool. So, all right, let's see. What do I got to do here? I'm gonna assume. Did I caulk up the... This doesn't feel right. So, this is supposed to stay down, but it doesn't want to stay tapped in. That sucks. That's not good. There we go. Maybe that needed it. Maybe that's what it needed. Who knows? But I don't know that I have this piece on right. But let's just... There we go. So I'm gonna basically take this piece, keep that all there, flip this around. There we go. I screwed it up. You know, and hey, this also shows here that we all do some stuff here. Oh, what's going on, Transformers Official Studio? How you doing? How you doing? It's a shuttle around Beaconsfield. I apologize. I've been trying to pay attention here. Still got your Transformers somewhere at home. No worries. Just that. It's a shuttle around be concealed. That's awesome. So that being said, also hello Transformer Studios. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. We appreciate it. We appreciate everybody who's showing up to the stream tonight. So it's just yeah. I'm just making sure we have the internet connections that we need for this live stream this evening. But oh my goodness, this is already nice. I don't have any issues with this at all. I really don't. I think the people who have a dislike for this thing are letting their feelings of masterpiece Transformers get in their way of clouding their judgment. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. This has not been an issue at all. Like, seriously, the joints don't feel bad. They don't feel gummed up. They don't feel like they're gonna fall off. I will give it this. This chest piece does bother me because it just doesn't tab in regardless of what you try to do to it. But I definitely can agree with some of these folks because this figure at the very least deserves a nice little, hey, this is cool kind of deal. And I agree with it because seriously, this is the vehicle that Sonic the Hedgehog drives and everything there. So anyways, what's up, big Devin Poon, big fan? I'm just going to call you Transformers fan. Hi, I apologize. We have some regulars here on the channel, and we also have the channel kitty cat here who's probably going to meow at me in a moment. So yeah, he's floating around here. The channel cat's floating around here. Hey, buddy. Hi. Here, I'll show you all the channel cat. Here, look at that. It's a basement. Here's a channel kitty. Hi, Toast. Hi, kitty. So, but yeah, that's the channel cat. So let's get this stream continuing. So, but yeah, so that's what's going on with all of these. And I gotta say, this is not a bad figure. I definitely dig this. It's gonna go with all of my other crossover figures, as you can clearly see. So I don't hate that. This I thought was really cool because if you guys know about these things in the video game, there's an actual thing that if you spin in the video game, it basically just, it shows these little stars and it swirls and it does all of that. But it basically is the thing that shows you, hey, you saved your progress. So, and I love the fact that they even bothered to give us this, along with the fact that they even gave it a little peg that literally pops out from the bottom that he can then use as a blaster. I think that's pretty cool. So there's that, and then for the other accessory to Sonic, we have his ring shield, which I think is pretty cool, but at the same time, you were this close. You were this close, Hasbro. The reason why I say that is because I think I would have preferred something along the lines of like Legacy Evolution's animated Prowl with the Shuriken, something like that, a little bit better. But I digress. It's not the worst thing on the planet. So you can totally tab stuff in together. So don't forget about that. Now that we're done with Sonic, let's move on to Tails. Now this figure, I have heard many different things about this guy. I have heard it is a good mold. I've heard it is a terrible mold. I've heard it is just an absolute garbage mold that shouldn't exist. And I also heard that a lot of things tend to pop off on this dude, particularly these back bits here. So at least for the tail. So or at least the tail of the jet. So I don't know everything of this nature, but I can tell you one thing. These legs here, I can definitely tell you, they feel like Studio Series 86 Blur's legs. So if it's going to be anything like that, I think it'll be okay. So anyways, let's start with Tails and see how far we get before things start breaking apart. And take note, you saw me open this right out the box. So these are not tampered with in any way. So, alright. Yeah, there we go. That needs to pop there. That needs to pop there. This needs to rotate forward. That's better. And this needs to fold inward like so. First issue, I'm already going to say it right now. What's up, Ellen Grace DeCastro? How you doing? How y'all doing? How you doing? So, but yeah, no, I definitely don't like these. So we're going to just remove them right out the gate, just so that way we don't have to deal with all of the problems that will ensue with it. So I'm gonna assume that this is where this goes. I'm gonna also assume. Okay, I'm gonna assume that's not where that goes then. I'm going to angle these wings up, and we are going to somehow work. God Lord, that's not good. Hey, there we go. 1, 2. Where is what I'm looking for? That's not what I'm looking for. That's okay. That is what I'm looking for apparently. Actually, now that I think on that. All right, that goes there. That goes there. That rotates up. This rotates in. These peg into each other. And I am already seeing paint chips. I'm already seeing them with this guy. This literally just came off of him. And I don't know if you can see all of the red little plastic bits just right here. There's a couple little tiny red plastic bits. I'm not a big fan of that. Alright, so I do believe the legs rotate. Excuse me. You know what? I'm gonna go grab myself a drink. I'll be right back. You know, it's been a long week for me, guys. So please, and by the way, I'm not sponsored. I'm not advertising. I'm not saying this. These people do not pay me in the slightest. I can only really drink these because it's actually decent. So, you know, by the way, this one is for the Aussies down south. So, anyways, I don't know what that face is supposed to mean there, sweetheart, but I'm going to put it to you this way. I don't really think I care. So, all right, let's continue with this transformation, which is super weird. Okay, I see where things need to be. I see it. I might not like it, but I see it. So I'm going to fold or rotate the leg inward. I'm going to bring this down, make sure all these stupid little plain bits are out of the way. However, I am going to say this. I think the plane mode is going to clean up quite nicely. Because this definitely gives me... if you guys don't remember, or maybe you do remember, if anybody remembers this, does anybody remember the alternators? Because that's what this thing is giving me vibe-wise. I feel like this is just like alternators all over again, and I was not the biggest fan of alternators. I'm going to be real with y'all. Alternators to me was kind of like, oh, well, let's make them real cars. Let's make them real stuff. Let's do this. And it worked out for a time, but it definitely was not, how shall we say, sustainable. So, alright, they even gave us landing gears with Tails' alt mode. I am impressed by that. That is really, really nice. They did not have to do that, and yet they did. So, and they gave him struts for the biplane, which I think is really nice, and they also gave him a specific spot for his little thing. I'm going to tell you right now, there's a couple things that I already don't like about this thing, already. Oh, wait, hold on. That's because I haven't plugged in the front of the plane. There we go, that's better. So, anyways, not to mention it's supposed to sit like that, but, you know, could be worse, so. Anyways, so, what you matter, little dude? What you matter? So, yeah, there's that. Of which I gotta say, this is quite the bit here. So, seriously, if you guys have not picked these dudes up, I highly suggest you do. So, like, I highly suggest you pick this setup, at least currently. I definitely would not be in it for Tails, but Sonic, that's one of those figures, like, yeah, go for it, for sure. So, anyways, that being said, we will now continue to talk about crossovers because this year we are getting another 2 crossovers. For those of you who did pay attention to a couple of fan streams ago, they announced and showed us prototype images and or final renderings and or... Will you stop? No, There. Yeah, my kitty cat was not happy about being beneath there. So, anyways, that being said, if you guys do decide to comment down below, you do get shouted out at the end of the stream. Just letting you all know that here. So, except for Ellen Grace DeCastro. I don't know if I'm going to say anything about that, because that one did not... I don't understand what you're seeing by that. But, anyways, that's the gist of it. So, these 2, I highly suggest you get... especially because for a decent price, I mean, these guys really are a decent price. Like, they are maybe like deluxe in size. And then, like, as soon as they're deluxe in size, then it's like, you know, basically they're deluxe in size. So they come with a 2-pack. And not to mention, I can also tell you, it's not a bad bargain for what you're buying. So, yeah. All right. I'm removing that. So, anyways, so that's where that goes. So, yes, Jordy, we know you like trains. We know you like trains, Jordy. Because guess what? I like trains too. I like trains too. So, but that concludes the transformations for these 2, and we shall get on to the final portion of the video, which I thought was kind of cool. What do y'all think is going to be in this? Seriously, what do y'all think is going to be in this thing? So, I mean, I don't know what's going to be in it. I really have no clue because it's been a minute since I've collected these. Like, seriously. The last one I did was a little while ago. I don't 100% know. But anyways, if you guys do subscribe, you guys will get to see the reviews for these guys. And if you guys hit that notification bell, you'll be notified early of when they will be coming soon. So, let's get this started. What do y'all think it's going to be? What do y'all think it's going to be in this thing? What do y'all think? Comment down below before I dump it out. Ready? And... oh, I got the Marine. Okay. Marine's not too bad. Alrighty. Neat little thingy. I just... man. They've really articulated these things since the last time I played with them. And take note, it's been a long time since I've played with these things, so I haven't really messed with them all that too much. But it does have the Halo 3 assault rifle, which I will say this without, you know, killing the figure here. So there we go. Oh, nope. There we go. That's better. And then we can take this, and we just plug that in there, and we plug that in there, and there we have that. So I got the Marine. Whoop-de-doo. So, all right. That being said, I'm going to go over this really quickly because, like I said, been just a minute since I've looked at this. So. That being said, what are you guys' thoughts on a lot of the on Michael Bay's return to Transformers here? Allegedly and reportedly, not 100% confirmed, Michael Bay is going to be directing Transformers 8. So there's going to be a lot of interesting stuff that goes on down between that. So the Marine is probably the most common, I'm going to assume here, out of all of it. So yeah. And then, of course, we have the Brute, we have the Grunt, we have Jago Rodomni, we have the ODST, or Gen, I think it's the Gen 4 ODSTs or whatever, I can't remember. We've got the CQB, we got the Elite, and then we got the Flood. So I already have Jago Rodomni, so we don't need to really worry about getting any more of those weird ones. But I do not have very many Marines, so that is quite nice to get a new get a new little accessory there for my little dudes here, because these guys, these little dudes, I'm gonna tell you right now, these little dudes definitely fit in a lot better with my Transformers collections. So yeah. But anyways, this is Thomas Fan 01 saying this is going. We will let this go for another 5 minutes. I'm not going to end it quite yet. I will give it another 5 minutes. Give me another few minutes to finish my drink here. And that being said, if you do comment into the comments below, you do get shouted out at the end. So please don't forget that. Don't forget, you do get shouted out at the end. And not to mention, y'all saw me do this. I did not use the instructions. Did not use them. So. Get your comments in if you want to shout out. So, yeah. Seriously, comment down below if y'all want your comments. If you want a shout out, you gots to comment. You gots to comment. So, anyways, like I said, another 5 minutes and we will keep this going. But to be very much more specific, there's a lot of speculation right now about what the next Titan class is going to be. It's not going to be Studio Series 86, which a lot of people are saying, oh, it's going to be Studio Series 86, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. I'm like, no, it's not going to be Studio Series 86, and the reason why is because they have literally scraped the bottom of the barrel with those characters, and there is not any gigantic characters left. Like, seriously, they could maybe do one more Titan class that is based off of the spaceships. Maybe one more. But if they decided to do it like that, it would have to be the Junkion Space Cruiser. It can't be anything other than that. They've already done the Nemesis. They've already done the Ark. I mean, they could, in theory, repackage Generations Metroplex in orange and call it Autobot City Attack, or Autobot City on Earth, something like that. But we already know that we're going to be getting another Fortress Maximus, so that's not going to be a big deal. And we already know we're going to be getting another couple other pieces that are Titan class related. So my thing is like, if we're going to get another Titan class, it's going to be regular old Studio Series. So regular old Studio Series, if we have to throw a character or two in there, I'm going to throw... This is going to sound really weird, but I'm going to throw Rise of the Beast Stratosphere into that hat. I'm going to throw his name into that hat. Because that is definitely a figure which everybody wants, everybody's excited for. Only problem is they all want it to be Commander class. I don't think it's going to be Commander class. I think if they're going to do it, it's going to be a Titan. You know? Or if they don't do a Titan, or if they don't do a Titan class version of him, then, you know, then I would be surprised. I would be surprised if they chose to do a different character. However, it would not be as shocking as it could be. So, anyways, let's start doing the ending credits and the outro that we all know we do. So, anyways, this is Thomas Phantom 1 saying, do not forget to subscribe to Jordy's Rail Videos, Patrick with a Y, iStar552, Bravely GG, Take Along Productions, Alexander Rothschild, Riveted Railfan, Riveted Reviews. Let's see, who else should we throw under the bus here? Actually, we'll do it with the commenters. So don't forget to subscribe to Sentinel Edits. Don't forget to subscribe to Outdoor Travesties. Don't forget to subscribe to, again, Jordy's Rail Videos. Transformers Official Studio, Devin Poon, big fan Transformers. And also, once again, do not forget to check out Kit and Cat 999 and Zaga the Animator, as they are some OGs of the live streams and of the channel. So please do not forget to check them out. Do not forget to check out them. Also, don't forget to hit your notification bell to be notified when these two's reviews come out. That's right. That's right. They are coming out. They are going to be coming out this weekend, either this weekend or next week. So don't forget it. Don't forget it. Don't forget that. So, anyways, this is Thomas Fan 01 saying, do not forget to keep playing with your toys, and please, please don't forget to subscribe. So, anyways, have a good rest of your all's day. Goodbye. Actually, that being said, happy 4th of July next week. We may or may not see each other next week on the 4th of July, but if that is the case, happy 4th of July to all my Americans out there. So, anyways, bye!